Looking at the commodity space, the big mover recently has been gold, but of course Brent and US crude are also in the back of our minds, so we're seeing potential signs of downside for crude. But I'm going to start off by looking at gold. The gold chart, if we bring it up now, we can see that it has finally started to try and gain some ground. Now recently it's really been in the doldrums. You can see here, this is the hourly time frame, very clear downtrend throughout the second half of May. Now more recently we are seeing some upside, but bear in mind that yes, we are seeing a rally, but it is relatively shallow compared to the sell-off that we saw coming into that. That's a telltale sign that actually it might not necessarily last. Secondly, we've come into this 76.4, so this currently still represents a retracement, and we were talking about this yesterday where we'd hit the 61.8, but I was saying I was hoping it would hit the 76.4 to be bearish for this market. We're still a retracement of that downtrend that we saw on the 27th, and therefore I need to see a break up above 1224 for me to become bullish once more. Until that happens, there is a good chance we could turn lower once more, having hit this 76.4, 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio to get back down towards 1199, and therefore, you know, I think that we could see some signs of a reversal lower. 15-minute chart, if we get this up, you can see that we've got this lower high coming into play. It looks like we could start turning lower from here. So it's whether we can take out sort of 1214 would be a good signal for a move towards the downside, or in particular the next support level below that is 1213. But I do think we've got a good chance of actually turning lower within this market, and for me to be bullish once more, I need to break above 1224. Finally, looking at Brent crude, we were talking about the potential for it to break lower, or the fact that it is breaking lower even. And if we take it onto the daily time frame, you can see we've got a very clear uptrend, but these obviously come to an end at some point, and certainly markets have a breather. They don't necessarily move in a straight line. So we take it back to the hourly time frame, and the crucial thing here is the fact that we've broken below this 49.27. That means that we've got this double top formation in play. Now you can see that the losses that we've seen since actually, so this more recent candle is actually rallying somewhat. Should we see a rally, you'd be looking for that previous support level to potentially act as resistance, but it does look like, given the fact that we failed to create that new high and now we've created a new lower low, there's a potential that this market could start rolling over. OPEC meeting tomorrow, we don't expect much to happen in terms of an output freeze, and therefore that's likely to be weak in terms of the likes of Brent crude and US crude. So there are signs of weaknesses. There is a sign that we could see a sell-off in line with this double top formation and the fact that we've seen such an overextended rally in this market, and therefore it's going to be key to see whether this 49.27 holds should we see any rally.